going on, everybody? Welcome back to Coastal Countdown. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I am joined by my co-host from the Wrestling Junkies podcast, the podcast Dad. Choops, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I can't complain. We get to hang out, talk about another Coastal Empire Wrestling show. Love is in the air. Cupid's Chokehold is upon us. We have got 8 incredible matches here. There's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, I don't love love, though. Come on.
You're a husband and a father. You don't love love?
Nah, it's overrated. Don't let them fool you, folks. Don't let them fool you.
Who hurt you?
Oh, we don't have time for that, buddy. we don't have time for that. Let's get into this jam-packed card.
Well, we have a number of incredible matches here. Before we get into this card, make sure you're following us on X at JunkiesPod. Subscribe to our podcast if you want great wrestling content, not just Coastal Empire Wrestling, but wrestling as a whole. We love to talk. You love to listen. This is an incredible show, and we're live 4 days a week. What's not to love about that? And make sure you're following our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net. But most importantly, Coastal Empire Wrestling at CEW Savannah on X. Follow on Facebook. If you are a fan of Coastal Empire Wrestling, join the fan group, an incredible group of fans that we have. And that's what we do is we break down what's happening on these cards, what we want to see, who we want to see show up at Coastal Empire Wrestling. Man, 2025 is already off to a phenomenal start with this card. They're bringing in some heavy hitters.
They always do. That's Coastal Empire Wrestling is just going to keep leveling up. We saw it last year. They brought in some big names. Hi, Alex Kane. But they're going to continue to do that, and they're going to continue to excel. Just look what they did at the history of or Georgia History Awards. Like they dominated. So
yes,
what do you expect less? I don't.
I mean, it's the best promotion in the state of Georgia for 2024. I mean, and we know a number of those nominees, and we've seen the work that they've been doing as well. I mean, this is, again, heavy hitters, seriously. So I think it's only fair that we start off with this first match here because they are bringing in a winner from the Georgia Wrestling History Awards, Rookie of the Year, Jay Alpha Miller. He will be taking on the standard bearer at Coastal Empire Wrestling, Quack Quack, our homie Rob Killjoy. We had an opportunity to catch up with Jay Miller recently, and he had a lot to say about his upcoming match against Rob Killjoy. Take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest joining us right now. He is a rising star who has been making waves across the wrestling world. You may have heard his name buzzing in 2024, and with good reason. He was crowned the Georgia Wrestling History Awards Rookie of the Year. He's young, he's hungry, and he calls himself Teflon. As he gears up for his highly anticipated CEW debut at Cupid's Chokehold, he is set to face none other than the backbone of Coastal Empire Wrestling, Rob Killjoy. With everything to prove and a bright future ahead, this man is ready to make an unforgettable first impression. Welcome, Alpha Jay Miller, Teflon, to Coastal Countdown. Jay, how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Any civilians talking in the chat, I need y'all to shut the hell up. I'm about to exercise my First Amendment right here tonight, man. What's going on, y'all?
All right.
No, love the energy.
All right. Let's get right into it. How about an introduction to the CEW fans? What can they expect? Who can they expect? And who is Alpha J Miller?
That's an easy question. I'm here to raise the national pride, gentlemen. We got flags burning in the street. This flag right here burning in the street, and that's a problem. That's why I'm here. And as far as Rob Killjoy is concerned, man, it sucks because I'm actually a fan of the Ugly Duckling, but the fact that he is an obstacle in the midst of me trying to raise this national pride, I'm sorry he got to get jammed up. And as far as civilians go, it's got to take it and like it, as far as I'm concerned. So that's what you got to expect when Teflon is coming on your card, and that's what you got to expect on the 22nd, for me to raise the national pride and be myself unapologetically. I don't give a damn who it is. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on.
Well, that leads me to my next question. I mean, you've called yourself Teflon. Can you explain to our audience what that means and how it applies to your approach in the ring?
Oh, I mean, it's fairly simple. I mean, once upon a time, I came back from the military, did my service, and I felt like no one appreciated me. I came back to a country that I felt like I was victimized and oppressed in. You know what I'm saying? All it took was one trip to Washington, D.C. All right, I got in this room. They put this paper in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff went down that I can't have y'all be privy to. But just know, after that moment where I signed my name on that paper, I automatically knew I was Teflon. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was Teflon because America is Teflon. And what happened in that room when I became one with my country, I knew there wasn't an elite athlete somewhere out there. There wasn't some big, strong, scary guy that could take me out. Why? Because America is Teflon. I get my superpower from this flag right, from these stars and stripes. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Teflon's all about. And that's why I am Teflon, because my country is Teflon, because America is Teflon.
Okay. Hey. Winning the Georgia Wrestling History Awards Rookie of the Year. That is no small feat at all. What does this accomplishment mean to you, and how is that fueling your 2025?
I mean, it means I'm on the right path, man. It means I'm on the right path. It means everything my president said what happened is happening. And for 2020, for the rest of this year, I'm going up, man. It's to the rafters, to the ceiling, to the atmosphere. We're about to take this national pride to Mars. You feel me? We're gonna have Mars chant USA after this year's over with. You feel me? So that's what's going on for the rest of this year, man. We trying to raise the national pride, and anybody who ain't getting with it can leave. You feel me?
Well, this is your first match in Coastal Empire Wrestling. Do you feel any added pressure to make a statement out of the gate?
Okay, I do have a little pressure, all right? I'm trying to impress my president when I go down there to Savannah. He wants like a 2-minute dog walk session. Like he wants me to go in there, hit Rob Killjoy, the Second Amendment, and go home. I don't think he's done his homework on Rob Killjoy like I have. But other than that, that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. I'm trying to get Rob Killjoy out of there fast for my president. You know what I mean? But given the homework, it might be a little longer than that. But we gonna see. We gonna see. But other than that, I ain't really too nervous. Yeah, I ain't too nervous.
All right, let's talk about that opponent real quick. The kind of the standard bearer of Coastal Empire, Rob Killjoy. How are you preparing for this challenge, and what makes you so confident that you can beat him?
I think our goals are a little bit different here in 2025, excuse me. Rob Killjoy's on his way out. Teflon's on his way up. So it's plain and simple. We have youth on our side. We got finesse on our side. And we got America on our side. What does Rob Killjoy have? A pond? A beak for a hat? What is Rob Killjoy? Like, yeah, he's a standard bearer, and everyone keeps asking Teflon if I'm worried. Why hasn't anyone asked Rob Killjoy if he's worried? He has to face a man who sold his soul to the only superpower in this world. Sorry. He has to face Teflon, all right? So how come no one's asking Rob that question? That's a question for y'all. How come y'all haven't asked Rob Killjoy why come he's not nervous to face Teflon?
Well, Rob Killjoy is a friend of our show. He's been on a few times. He's had his problems in Coastal Empire Wrestling, but I do think it does beg this question for you. Rob Killjoy is looking to bounce back after coming up short in his quest for the Coastal Chaos Championship. Do you think that his recent struggles make him vulnerable, or does that make him even more dangerous?
I think it just further proves my point that Rob Killjoy's on his way out, man. He's done a great service for this business, for this industry, but that's about it. You know what I mean? I think it's time that I give him his flowers by giving him one last pinfall in Coastal, because he tried to aim at my boy Hakeem, and Hakeem put him in a body bag damn near, okay? So the fact that he wants to dust himself off and aim at Teflon, he's going to get jammed up, guys. This is not just like, I ain't gonna be the cliche guy and say these are the spoilers. No. Like, I've sat down in the Oval Office, me and my president have discussed how this match is gonna go. It doesn't go any other way except for Teflon up. You know what I mean? So no one's really worried about Rob. I just want to know why y'all haven't asked Rob that question. That's all I'm worried about, to be honest with you.
I was ready to buy into the hype and everything, and then you said my boy Hakeem Young, and that one kind of hurt.
Sorry, you sound like a civilian right now.
Junkies.
Hey.
We are civilians.
You don't have to. No, hold on. Pause the podcast. You don't flex that, brother. You don't flex that. You don't want to be like the people that just pay to see wrestling. You want to be like that. You want to be better than that, okay? And I see more for you. So don't ever in your life. If you want to be a civilian, cool. But just know we can't have a regular conversation no more. Now, your co-host, we might have something to talk about, brother. Now, since your other co-hosts want to be a civilian, what do you got to ask me? What do you got to ask me?
Guess I'll sit back and let you take over, Mr. Cincinnati. Go ahead.
Not much more to take over here. I mean, let's be honest. If all goes well, Cupid's chokehold. I mean, it sounds like you're going to be a mainstay. What would be next for you in CEW? Tell us about your championship aspirations. What do you want out of 2025 at Coastal Empire Wrestling?
What I want out of Coastal in 2025 is just to simply fulfill my destiny. And this is not a cliche destiny where I'm gonna leave with gold and I'm gonna be the top of Coastal. I already know I'm gonna be at the top of Coastal Empire Wrestling. I'm American. We're gonna get to gold and money regardless, okay? But as far as my goals, I told Georgia in the beginning of this year, I plan on being the William T. Sherman of Georgia professional wrestling, which means I gotta take this old way of thinking and burn it down to make something new and beautiful, where the national pride is just as Teflon as their country. All right. So my goal it's just simply to raise the national pride to heights we've never seen. I'm talking American flags everywhere, people wearing stars and stripes t-shirts, people wearing America's Teflon shirts. I'm talking a full remodeling of the whole Coastal Empire scene. So whoever in Coastal Empire Wrestling is watching this, I hope you're paying attention because the threat just got a little bit more dangerous. And to Zach, Bryce, thank you for the opportunity, but you're welcome. I'm about to raise the national pride one more damn time in 2025.
Okay. All right. Any final words for Rob Killjoy as he may or
Oh,
may not be watching? Any final words for your opponent?
like I'm gonna tell Rob when I see him face to face. All right, on the 22nd, the Ugly Duckling against Teflon, 1-on-1 in the ring in Savannah, Georgia. It ends like this: Second Amendment, 1, 2, 3. America's Teflon. We're gonna put Duck in the air on the 22nd. I'm talking about we're gonna roll him up. We're gonna burn him down. We putting Duck all the way in there on the 22nd. So make sure you're in attendance with your national pride going through the roof to see Teflon showcase his skills.
Alrighty.
Strong words from Teflon Jay Miller. Jay, it was a pleasure. Best of luck at Cupid's Chokehold. And we can't wait to see what else you do in Coastal Empire Wrestling in 2025.
Thank you, brothers. I appreciate y'all for the opportunity to also raise the national pride on y'all platform. So y'all should be thanking me. Matter of fact, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Strong words from Jay Miller there. Podcast Dad, I want to hear from you first as far as your prediction for this match. You heard what Jay had to say. Rob Killjoy, you've seen what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your thoughts.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of rookies. I think they can come in, kind of make a huge impact on a promotion. You're new, right? There's nothing to lose. He might have bit off a little bit more than he can chew. Give me Rob Killjoy. He's going to continue to be the standard bearer of this promotion. I don't think we're quite there yet, Jay. Quack, quack, buddy.
This is a tough one. Podcast Dad, I got to say. I mean, we've seen the accolades from Jay Miller, but we've seen the in-ring work of Rob Killjoy. Rob Killjoy is a 20-year vet plus in the wrestling industry. I mean, how many times in the last calendar year alone have we kind of turned on our TVs to watch our regular weekly programming and said, "Oh shit, that's Rob Killjoy on TV."
Mm-hmm. A lot,
like
actually.
Yeah, he's one of the hardest working guys in the industry right now, and that's not to take anything away from Jay Miller whatsoever. As great as Rob Killjoy is, there's some momentum that Jay's got going into this match this weekend. Again, Rookie of the Year, that don't come easy.
With that being said, Rob has lost a couple of big matches in a row.
He has.
I think Rob's going to be at the top of his game. And if you get a wily vet at the top of their game, they got some tricks up that sleeve. So just throwing it out there.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, all eyes are going to be on this match, but ultimately I think I have to go Jay Miller on this one.
Okay.
Coastal Empire Wrestling is going to make a little bit of history. The IWE Women's Championship is on the line. Now, this was originally advertised as Danny Jordan versus Brittany Jade, but Danny Jordan has had to vacate the championship. Kelsey Reagan will be stepping into her place to compete. Podcast Dad, Coastal Empire Wrestling is making history here. First women's division match to have on one of their cards. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, like you said, it's groundbreaking. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see a new champion either way. So I hope those fans are ready. But a bright future, I think, for Coastal to include the women's division. Hey, we asked for it, they delivered, and we're off to the races with a hell of a way to start this. With again, you're going to be guaranteed to see a new champion. So that's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, these are two incredibly talented performers here. I think I got to give the edge to Kelsey Reagan here. She's young, she's hungry, absolutely dynamic once she steps through those ropes here. No shortage of fast-paced action. I'm so ready for this match. Kelsey Reagan, I think that this is her time. Let this era begin. I hope that this is not the last time that we see the IWE Championship defended on a Coastal Empire Wrestling show. This is going to be the test of what they can further do to elevate women's wrestling in the state of Georgia right now. I'm so excited that they're taking advantage of this opportunity, but let's fucking go Kelsey Reagan.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Go make the opportunity. You're the stand-in. Nobody thinks you're going to go in there and win this. Go do it. Go do it, Kelsey. Like, go in there and shock the world, right? You weren't supposed to be here. Go in there and shock the world.
Podcast addict, I think it's time for us to just get this one out of the way here. Now, it's no secret we're good friends with Zach Mosley and Bryce Cannon.
No.
And Dax Anthony is not a fan of them. Don't understand why. I mean, what's not to like about him? We know him. We like him.
We do.
Pretty fucking awesome guys.
They haven't cost us a match yet, but yeah.
They have not. And
just
anyway,
out there.
Zach Mosley, Dax Anthony, Bryce Cannon's contract is on the line here. Bryce has been on commentary as he's been rehabbing from a pretty severe knee injury and showed back up in the Casino Rumble back in December. He looked great in the ring again. It had been a while since we had seen the frat daddy between those ropes. And man, I am excited for his 2025.
Yeah, I'm pumped. He's again. We know him. We know Bryce. Like he's got a bright future. He had the knee injury that took him down for a while. He's learned. He's grown. He's gotten better. He's watched tape. He's honed his skills at the commentary table. Like he's a multi-talented individual, and he's ready to get back in there soon. I think he may have jumped the gun just a little bit, as he told us, but just ready for him to get back in there. And I think Zach Mosley is going to go in there and go, "Hey, this is something that one of my best friends, like his contract's on the line. I need to go out there and do everything I can to get this win. Zach Mosley's going to win. Dax, don't touch the tip because now you're messing with. Now you're playing with fire, bud. So watch yourself."
Yeah, Dax Anthony, he's really been in his fuck around and find out era over the last few months in Coastal Empire Wrestling. The likes of Young Mighty Joe. We're now seeing Exotic Youth kind of in the mix here. I have a feeling he's going to find out this weekend. Zach Mosley does not lose this match. Bryce Cannon is here to stay. Coastal Empire Wrestling. I just think that's a given.
Can't agree more.
Let's keep talking about Exotic Youth here. Cornelius Pepperbottom will be taking on Shug D. Now, in this match, if Shug wins, the Good Hand does get a Tag Team Turmoil Championship match, and they get to pick the stipulation here. We know Shug too. There is no shortage of confidence that man possesses. Like it's there's a reason that he's one of the very best in the game right now. But I mean, again, we feel like Exotic Youth has their backs against the wall here as of late, seeing everything that's going down with Zach Mosley and Bryce Cannon. Like, this is a group that is in flux right now, and Pep's got a lot of motivation to go in here and win this match. I worry if he can, though. We're seeing Good Hand take off right now across the state of Georgia and into Tennessee. I mean, these are some men on a mission here.
Wow, what a reference. Motivation versus momentum is this match. And folks, I'm going to get behind momentum. Shug D is on fire right now. He is killing it everywhere he's going. He is winning championship after championship after championship. My bold prediction is that the Good Hand will get those Tag Team Turmoil champions, and it starts right here. Shug D is going to win this match, and they're going to pick the stipulation, and then they're going to go out and win those titles. So I'm going to go Shug D.
It's so tough, Podcast Dad. It really is, because Mosley's head is elsewhere with Bryce here.
Yep.
It's going to come down to Pepper Bottom. I mean, he's going to have to put Exotic Youth on his back and get this win against Shug D. Pep has grit, man.
Sure.
Again, just all around badass, tough dude. Don't let the size fool you.
No.
Yeah, no. I think Pep gets the win here.
But I will reference an Avengers quote. Pep's in there and he's gritty. The good hand has a wall, and if you think he's not going to show up, you're out of your mind. I just think the numbers game might catch up. Give me the
Wall
good hand.
should be Coastal Empire Wrestling World Champion right now.
We're not talking about that right now.
Well, we should be. Why aren't we?
We're not talking.
We should be, though.
We're not. We will talk about the world champion here in a minute, but we're not talking about that right now. Shug D wins. Thank you. Move
on. Here are a couple of guys that have a lot to prove here. Michael Walker taking on Tyler Shoup. Now, we've had Tyler Shoup on the show. We've had Michael Walker on the show. Michael Walker, again, one of the feud of the year, Georgia Wrestling History Award with Hakeem Young over the Coastal Chaos Championship. Last man standing match was one of the most violent that I've ever seen. We saw Bro come up short against Randal Reno III for the Coastal Empire Wrestling Championship at Jandemonium last month. Tyler Shoup also needs this win going into this weekend as well here, taking on Hunter James earlier or late last year, I should say. Wants to see himself in position for that Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. We're going to be talking about Hunter James and a potential opportunity there. You know that Shoup is eventually going to want another match with Hunter James this year, and it might involve the Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. I think he's going to have to get through Frode to get there. So, Podcast Dad, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, like both these guys are desperate for a win. Let's just call it what it is. The Flying Fro can sit there and be happy and jovial, but deep down, it's killing him right now. Deep down, it's killing him. And Shoup, everything is pissing him off. So both these guys need a big win. I believe in Michael Walker just a little bit more. I think the Flying Fro gets some momentum back, gets a big win and for both men, a must-win match. Give me the Flying Fro.
It is a must-win match for both of these gentlemen. We've called Michael Walker the heart and soul of Coastal Empire Wrestling. That reign he had with the Coastal Chaos Championship will go down the record books as one of the all-time greats here. But Shoup trains harder. This is what we know. Shoup is to take away nothing from Michael Walker. Shoup's all-around badass. I think he's got the size advantage. He's got the speed advantage. Shoup needs this win. I think he needs another match with Hunter James in 2025. I think that the Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Championship is on the line during that next match, and it starts here. Cupid's Chokehold. Give me Tyler Shoup.
All right. Can't argue. It's a must-win for both. I can't argue.
Yeah. Let's turn our attention to the Coastal Chaos Championship. This is a gauntlet match. We've got Young Mighty Joe taking on Kevin Cantrell, Hakeem Young, Chad Skywalker, and Grayson Pierce. Now, we did have the opportunity to sit down with Chad Skywalker to talk about this upcoming match as well as his plans for 2025. Take a look. Right now, we are talking about the high-stakes action about to go down at Cupid's Chokehold, and one of the most highly anticipated matches on the card is the gauntlet for the CEW Coastal Chaos Championship. Our guest tonight is no stranger to the Coastal Empire Wrestling faithful, known for his unmatched athleticism and undeniable charisma. Many are calling him CEW's brightest rising star of 2025. He's got the opportunity of a lifetime as he steps into the gauntlet match against the reigning and defending Hakeem Young and three other top contenders. Get ready because Chad Skywalker is here. He's ready to take the Coastal Chaos division to new heights. Chad, welcome to Coastal Countdown. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Pleasure is all mine. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much. Let's just dive on in. I mean, this gauntlet match for the Coastal Chaos Championship, it's one of the most unpredictable matches on the card here. How are you preparing for this opportunity?
You know how they say, you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I've been ready, but not to the point to where I take my opponents lightly. I take everyone serious. you know, and looking at the names who are in this gauntlet, there are like two of them I could pass by with a breeze, honestly, and that's just from evaluation. However, the rest it will require some work. And Hakeem Young, he ain't a champion for no reason. Kevin Cantrell, I've had a recent run-in with him, and he's a tough soldier. He hurts. The young gun Grayson Pierce, I feel like he was where I was. All of the high flying, all of the athletics. It gets to a point to where you realize I don't have to do that much. In fact, I can kind of call it before he does it. I can call it before he lands in the ring. So that's loads of reversals right there I'm already having calculated. And we got Mighty Joe. I've never been to the jungle. So that's probably the only one that I'm unfamiliar with. But I do my homework, and the mission will continue.
So how does your strategy change knowing that you're facing not just Hakeem, but you've already mentioned Grayson Pierce, Young Mighty Joe, Kevin Cantrell? It's a hodgepodge of styles here.
It is. But what's the difference between a weekend and one night? It's conditioning. It's stamina. It's after you've taken your bumps, after you've taken the kicks, are you one to be tired and give in? Or do you really love this entertainment business, this sport, like you say you do? And are you going to tap in and are you going to keep going? And anyone who really knows me knows that one match ain't enough for me. So the rounds that it's on me. As far as I go in this, it's on me. And best believe that I am most certainly prepared. I've always been prepared. You know, back in A4 days, we used to do tackle, drop down, leapfrog 10 times and then switch and then bump. So the little spots ain't nothing to me, man. I've been through it. I love going through it. I have no issues with the pain. And I like being under the lights, believe it or not. And it's a whole mission to fulfill. And this mission is beyond me. And so, yeah, man. And you got to study the tapes. It's always being recorded. If you don't do your homework, well, the failure's on you. And I don't intend to fail. So, yeah, there's that.
Now, you've been called one of the best and brightest talents that Coastal has going into 2025, and Coastal right now is hotter than ever. Promotion of the year from the Georgia Wrestling History Awards to end the year. The spotlight is on Coastal Empire Wrestling. How does this recognition motivate you heading into this match and beyond for the rest of 2025?
You know, honestly, I'm confused a little bit. You know, the fans, they seem like that they were rooting for me, right? I've taken down Donald Jakes. And for those of you who don't know, he's a so-called pastor who was laundering money and corrupting the word of God, might I say, the message of God, right? I don't like that. So when I took this mission, I was all in for it. So when I came out with Sergeant Scratch, I actually heard some boos. I think the fans are confused on where I stand. I didn't know that I was the brightest rising star, in people's eyes. And they asked me questions about, am I a cop now? What's going on? And I tell them, did I not take down the most hated enemy of Coastal Empire Wrestling? So what's the confusion? And then I remembered in briefing that it's not their job to understand everything. However, I appreciate the compliments. I'm glad that I am seen as one of the brightest rising stars. And yeah, they should be behind me in whatever move that I make, because it's for the best of everybody and myself as well.
If you're able to win the Coastal Chaos Championship, what would this victory mean to you and your career at Coastal Empire Wrestling?
Oh, man. I've given less thought to that. People have been confused that how could I enter the Rumble and not enter the Rumble? How could I enter the Rumble, take Jakes, and just leave? Right? Why? Who does that? Who sacrifices their entry for another job? Right? But see, what they didn't think about and I've said this before, is that my spot was saved for a later date. Randy Reno won for the night. He won for the night. He didn't, but it's not, it isn't final. So I secured a spot for later. I secured a title match. That's how I see it. And if the plans continue to go accordingly, then I shall be in the ring face to face with Randy Reno. But it seems like that I have a challenge before that, and that's the Chaos Champion. So I feel as though, or I foresee that me winning this title will bring more so order. It'll also bring chaos, but the chaos will be more sensible than Hakeem Young. And so far as the Hakeem Young show, I don't understand it. I think it's narcissism. I think he's full of himself, and I think that he's got a lot to learn still. And if he undermines my presence in the ring, well, then he's already lost. There will be no more twisted pastors. I've got loads of evidence on this tape. And everyone who knows their dirt, they should come forth right now, and the punishment will go lighter on them. If you know that you are guilty, come forth, because it's going to come out later or sooner. Man on a mission, and I'm here to bring order. We can fight about it, or we can be, what do they call it, diplomatic. So yeah, I see controlled chaos. That's what this is. That's what this is. And also, I see my works paying off. Me as champion.
Wow. Well, you certainly did not mince words there. Chad, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck at Cupid's Chokehold.
Did I answer your question? Because I got a lot going on right now. I got a lot going on right now. My driver.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Right on. Thank you for having me. Man on a mission. Every day is curses to break. And, yeah, I will see you around.
Well, strong words from Chad Skywalker. Once again, thank you for your time, and give him hell.
That's the plan.
Podcast dad Chad Skywalker is locked, loaded, ready to go in this match. He's confident. He thinks that the Clash of Styles will play to his advantage. Who's winning this match?
Very good arguments. Very, very good arguments. I'm on the train. As much as I hate the guy. Hakeem Young. Dude can't miss right now. He can't miss. I'm on the train. Hakeem, I just want you to hear it. Like, I think he's going to win. Something. He's got some devil magic or something. Like, he's just on a wave of momentum, and it is carrying him. And I think it's going to carry him to another big title defense. Give me Hakeem Young.
Podcast dad, it just pains my heart to hear you say that.
But you're going to agree with me.
It pains my heart even more to agree with you. It is. I like.
Yeah. He's got it.
Like, I still think that. I still think Hakeem is a world class. Just.
What's your language?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I will let people be creative with it, but. Despite the fact that it took him a few tries to get this championship, you know, it's you're only as good as your first defense. And this match with Cam Jackson at Jademonium last month was brilliant. I can't be upset at that defense. I cannot be upset at the dominant win, taking the title from Michael Walker in that last man standing match at the Casino Rumble back in December. Hakeem Young is off to a hell of a start in 2025 with that championship here. He is. But he needs, I mean, when we look at the field here, you just heard from Chad Skywalker. We've seen Young Mighty Joe in the dog collar matches. Kevin Cantrell, Grayson Pierce, again, incredibly gifted performers that we have in this match coming up here. Hakeem's going to need to keep his head on a swivel if he wants to hold on to this championship. I don't disagree.
Choo-choo. I'm on the train for now. I can hop off whenever I want.
The Allen brothers versus the Superstars, Tommy Mars, Nikki 8. Podcast Dad, one of the most just insanely athletic, fun, and just all-around charismatic tag teams in the scene right now. It's hard not to root for Mars and 8, no?
No, it's not. It's not hard at all. I'm picking them to win. Again, riding momentum is what we're talking about. The Superstars are flashy. They're fun. They're kind of bringing the energy right now to Coastal Empire. And when the tag team division is stacked as it is, mine has just got some new faces that the champions need to watch out for, and maybe future challengers need to watch out for. I think they get a big win, continue that momentum, and we talk about earlier how the good hand might get those titles and might have some contenders pretty damn soon in the Superstars.
Yeah, I mean, we're in this era of tag team wrestling right now, especially when you see so many teams, especially Good Hand, Exotic Youth, Allen Brothers, Superstars. It's hard not to get excited for the matches that are to come. I mean, these are essentially dream matches at this point going into 2025 here. Mars and 8, again, a class unto their own. I think they get the win here this weekend as well. I want to see these guys as Coastal Empire Wrestling Tag Champs by the end of the year.
There's a good chance that happens. So I'm excited. Should be a fun match.
Podcast that we have a lot to break down in this main event here. Our friend Hunter James' suspension has been lifted by the Georgia State Athletic Commission. He will be at Cupid's Chokehold this weekend. There's a few things that he could be doing, and one of them involves our Coastal Empire Wrestling champion, Randal Reno III. Podcast Dad, we had an opportunity to speak with the Coastal Empire Wrestling champion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special guest joining us. He is the reigning and defending Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, a man who has dominated the roster with his unique charisma and ruthless tactics. Alongside his allies, Simon Sermon, Donald Jakes, and Chip Schuyler, he's created a path of destruction that has left fans stunned, referees questioning their careers, and challengers in the rearview mirror. But with Donald Jakes now out of the picture and whispers of Hollywood Hunter James potentially stepping up to challenge for the title at Cupid's Chokehold, some people are asking, is this the beginning of the end for the so-called Divine Empire? With us now is Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Randal Reno III. Randal,
first of all, let me just stop right there. That was one of the worst introductions I've ever heard in my entire life. Do you not know who I am? I am Randal Reno III, the longest reigning Coastal Empire champion of all time. Do you know how many championships I've defended? Multiple. And you know what? All this talk about my reign ending, that's all hogwash. Listen to me. Do you know how many times Coastal Empire Wrestling was promotion of the year in Georgia before I got there? 0. Now look at us. We're the promotion of the year. And you know who's been champion since February of last year? Randal Reno III. All right? So show a little respect. Do the entrance again. And this time put a little bravado on it and act like you care. Start over.
Randy Reno's nicer than this, I hear, but whatever. Anyway, we're not going to – yeah, you heard what I said. We're not going to redo the intro here. That's not what's happening here. We have sung your praises. You know what?
Let me answer another thing. All these talks about how I'm cheating. I've never cheated anybody. You watch those matches. I've won each and every one of those matches right there in the middle of that ring, fair and square, and that's why I'm your Coastal Empire champ.
Well, that goes right into a question that I want to ask real quick for you. With Donald Jakes now out of CEW for the foreseeable future, what does that absence have on your group and your strategy moving forward?
First of all, that's all alleged. There's no proof that he did anything wrongdoing.
He's not
I'm
there.
not sure why my checks haven't been coming in, but we'll get to that later. He's off probably doing mission work. He does a great job with that. The most important thing is I'm still champion. I'm still going to be champion after February. Doesn't matter who I get in the ring with, whether it's Hunter James or Mikel the Flying Fro. I beat both of them already, so it doesn't matter who they put in that ring. Because last time I checked, Randal Reno III has defended this title more times successfully than any human being in the history of Coastal Empire Wrestling. And that trend will continue because I am your forever champion. I will never be beaten. All right? So get that through your thick skull and go Chiefs. Nobody likes the Eagles. What are you doing wearing that crap?
A lot of people like the Eagles. A lot of people like the Eagles. Don't.
Cheesesteaks are overrated.
All right.
Anyway.
Now you're just being hateful.
Unbelievable.
Well, Randall, I have to ask you, what would you say has been the key to your continued success? Like you've already mentioned, you've held the title since February. It has been a lengthy run here. What's the secret?
The secret is quite simply, I am better than everybody else. You get in the ring with Randal Reno III, I'm just better than you. People need to realize that and stop trying to challenge me. I've beaten all these multiple times. They keep coming at me. They keep trying to surprise me with new challengers and don't tell me about it. It simply doesn't matter because when you're this good, this talented as me, all you do is win. That's why I'm the best of your generation.
Sorry. I'm on mute. I apologize. You did mention a name. Relax. That's why I'm on mute. You did mention a name.
Back there? What's going on? I thought this was a professional interview.
That's a child. Something you wouldn't understand. Hunter James has challenged for this title before. He has a name being thrown around as potentially the next challenger for this title. You've mentioned his name. A lot of people think it's his time to dethrone.
Listen,
ready?
Hunter Yamez, I've already beat the guy once in the middle of the ring. It was easy peasy. I'll do it again if he somehow. First of all, what are we doing putting that up to a fan vote? Since when do the fans get to vote for who's going to challenge me? I should be picking my challenger. So, you know what? If you want to vote for Hunter Yamez or whoever's up there on the belt, go ahead. It doesn't matter to me. I've beaten him before. I've beaten him. I'll beat him again. It simply doesn't matter. When you are Randal Reno III, I am your forever Coastal Empire champion. I will never lose this title. And you know what? Even if Death wants to come and challenge me, I'll beat the brakes out of that sweat hog and put him back in the ground too. Because I will never, ever relinquish this title. That's how good I am. All right? So stop asking Hunter James. Who cares about Hunter James?
Ridiculous. I mean, the CEW fans do. I mean, he's evolved as a competitor over the last few years. I mean, do you see him as a more credible threat now than previous attempts at the championship here based on that dominance he's had?
Well, sure, he's credible. I mean, he's definitely gotten better. There's no denying that. Once you step in the ring with me once, you're going to have to get better. He knows he can't beat me, so he had to go out. We took a little trip. I don't know where he went, trained, ate his vitamins, whatever he does. All that Hollywood gibberish. But at the end of the day, it still won't matter because I'm Randal Reno III, and he's not. It's just that simple.
So we talked about one person that may not be there, allegedly doing mission work or whatever, your excuse is for him not being there.
Well,
but
it's not an excuse, it's a fact, but go on.
Simon Sermon and Chip Schuyler, are they going to be there? Are they going to support you, as you said?
First of all, I don't know who this Chip Schuyler is that you're referring to. I've never met the guy. I don't know who he is. So if he's going to be there, I don't know. I don't know who that is. As far as Boss Daddy Simon Sermon, of course he's going to be there. He's got my back. He's always had my back. The one guy who's always been in my corner. And you know what? Even if Simon doesn't, he's busy with other stuff. If he doesn't want to be there, I don't really need him. If he wants to come along for the ride. I mean, everybody wants to ride Randal Reno III's coattails, and that's fine. So if Simon wants to show up, he can be there. If he's got other things to do, he's got other things to do. It really does not matter to me.
Okay, well, speaking of riding coattails, I mean, you say that they're riding yours. Wouldn't it fair to say that you're riding his? I mean, would you be Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Champion without Simon Sermon right now?
Randal Reno doesn't ride coattails. People ride my coattails. Did you not just hear what I just said? Of course it doesn't matter if he's with me. He never got me the title. I got this title fair and square in the middle of that ring. All those victories were very successful, never been challenged. You can watch the tape. They all end with a 1, 2, 3 and my hand raised, and that's what the official record book will show. Even that match where I supposedly lost the title to CT Keys, that's still being disputed. That's still up to the Georgia Athletic Department. So that loss doesn't really count. So I am still never lost this title, and I will still be this champion. All right, so Simon Sermon. I mean, I love the guy. He's great, but I don't need him. I don't need anybody. All I need is Randal Reno III. Okay? Jeez, am I getting paid, right? Okay. Sorry, go ahead. Sure.
No. Let's you want to attack my team as well, the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's talk about kind of stay on topic here and let's talk about your side of the incident here with referees. So what's going on there?
First of all, I've never touched a referee inappropriately. All right, I'm shaking their hands as you're supposed to. Okay, I've never poisoned any referees. There's no evidence that any referee was poisoned. Okay, that's all just gibberish, internet conspiracy theories. All right, they ate something bad probably. Those referees, they're not very smart. Half of them can't even see. The other half can barely count to 3. Have you noticed they always try to fast count me? I've noticed that. And they're always really slow on my count. So those referees probably got what they deserved. But I had nothing to do with it, all right? I don't concern myself. They're, let's be honest, a little bit below the champion, right? I mean, you got the champion. The referees, who cares about them? Bring in another one. You know what? If they want to complain, we don't need them. I'll fight it, whoever it is, without a referee. It doesn't matter to me. That's how good I am. Poisoning referees. That's childish. I would never do such a thing. Unbelievable. That's slander.
There was no accusation made. You brought up the poisoning.
Well, next question.
Okay. Now, I have to ask this. I mean, because you've mentioned the fans here. There's been significant backlash for your actions in the ring and beyond. Are you thriving off of being hated, or is there a part of you that just doesn't give a shit about earning anybody's respect?
Hated? I don't know what show you're watching. These fans love me. I come out there and I give them the gift of Randal Reno III. And know what they do? They salute me. They all put up one finger, kind of like Roman Reigns, but it's a different finger. Obviously, we don't want to copy Roman Reigns, but these fans love me. They adore me. They know what I am doing for this company. I have elevated this company. Not that finger. No, not that one. Don't do it here. That's unbelievable.
Which finger? You tell me.
Don't you do it. I'm not going to. No, you need to watch the show. Hey! I thought we were supposed to. You didn't clear this.
Am I close? Am I close yet?
Not even going to respond to it. All that matters is these fans love me. I put Coastal Empire on the map. I will continue to do so with the backing of the fans. I mean, what's not to love about me? I have beautiful hair, muscles popping out. I have the title, which is the most important thing. And you know what? These fans, they just love to bask in my bravado. They don't have a lot going on, let's be honest. Most of these fans are just losers, just sweat hogs, losing away their life. They want to look up to somebody who can bring them more, and that's Randal Reno III.
All right. Well, now I got to ask this question because it's in the doc, and we'll wrap it up with this one. Legacy of your title reign. What do you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done?
First of all, it's going to be said and done when I say it's going to be said and done, all right? Like I said, I am the Coastal Empire Forever champion. I have never been defeated for this title. I've had it for well over a year, the longest reigning champion of all time. And I'm going to keep that record until the day I die. And you know what? I may just take this to the grave with me because my legacy is Coastal Empire Wrestling. Nobody even knew about it before I showed up. And guess what? We're the promotion of the year in the state of Georgia. Should be the promotion of the year in the United States of America, probably the world. And that's all because of one man, Randal Reno III. The record speaks for itself. The accolades speak for itself. And you can all thank me for that.
Well, Randal, it's been something. Oh. Well, that went about the way that we expected.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah. Let's move on. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for being, getting on the pod, spouting off your crap. Hunter James, please put your boot in his mouth. Take this title off of him. Get Coastal Empire Wrestling where it needs to be. Please.
Well, Podcast Dad. Now you have to remember, the fans will ultimately decide who Hunter faces. He could be facing either Chief Reigns, Simon Sermon, or Randal Reno III. So it could be any one of those
Come
three.
on, guys. What do we? You know who we want to see him beat? He's going to beat either one of those three, but one of them has a title.
He does, and I mean, Podcast Dad, we've said it before. Hunter James has come up short for the Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Championship on a couple of occasions already.
Not again.
This could be his last chance for the foreseeable future if he's not able to be successful, and if the fans don't pick him. I mean, I think that this could be his last shot at the Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Championship here. That does make me nervous. Here, but there's something about the just sheer aura and energy of Hunter James that tells me that his time is now. It's a new year. It's a new movement. This is the guy to lead that charge the foreseeable future. Randal Reno III is outdated. So is Simon Sermon, Chief Reigns, all of them. This collective, we don't know what to call them anymore. But that was in 2024. I think that this is the time to start fresh. We do that with Hollywood Hunter James. I think he walks out with the CEW Heavyweight Championship this weekend.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. He deserves it, and that company needs a face to lead them into this bright, bright future. And what better person than Hollywood? Like, come on. It writes itself.
No joke. That is going to do it for us for this edition of Coastal Countdown. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember to follow Coastal Empire Wrestling on X at CEW Savannah, and follow the Wrestling Junkies podcast at Junkies Pod for more updates on Coastal Empire Wrestling, as well as our incredible shows. Follow our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net. Get your tickets now for Coastal Empire Wrestling Cupid's Chokehold. Enjoy the show, everybody. We will be breaking it down on After the Empire after all of the dust has settled. For the Podcast Dad, I'm Mr. Cincinnati. We're the Wrestling Junkies podcast, and this has been Coastal Countdown.